G'day folks, something a little bit different for you today. I'm filming my introduction at the end of the day. How does that work? Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Righto folks, I've had a fantastic day today. I've been travelling all over the countryside like a long lost Leyland brother. It's been a full-on trout fishing reconnaissance mission. I've fished quite a few different waterways, but two streams in particular that I honed in on. This is the first one. This is the creek that I fished first up this morning. It took me a long time to get there because of a tree that had fallen across the road. But anyway, I got there and I had a wonderful time. I hope you enjoy. G'day folks. This morning I'm going fishing in this little stream that you can see in the gully behind me. Now this is normally a little stream, but if I have a look at it now, it looks like it's carrying quite a lot of water for the small stream that it is. But anyway, getting up here has been a challenge. And I've done 153 kilometres and it's taken me just over 2 hours. I'm not that far from home, but I got 3/4 of the way in and there was a massive tree across the track. I had to backtrack 3/4 of the way home from being 3/4 of the way in, then go over a hill and come up a different way. I was going to go somewhere else. I thought I'll stuff it, I'll go somewhere up this way, but I thought I really had my heart set on fishing this creek today for some reason. I was lured to it, so I made the journey all the way around and came back from the other side. Now, I have fished in this creek before, but not for a couple of years. But ironically, the last time I fished here, I was wearing this same shirt. Because I remember I used to have two of them. I think I've only got one left. And I remember telling you in the introduction, I promise I do get change, but I've got two of these shirts. Well, I've only got one now. I'm in the same creek with the same shirt. This might look a little bit like deja vu, but that's okay because I've caught a few nice rainbow trout that day. So if it's the same, good and well. Let's go and see if we can find some today. Righto, I'm in. Now just for the tech savvy, I am filming at 2.7K resolution, 60 frames a second. Now, initial observation is that the stream is very high. It's only a very small stream and it doesn't carry a lot of water, and this is quite high for this stream. I'm wearing my polarized sunglasses just to try and help break the glare so that I can see where the deep spots are. And I'm starting off with a Strike Tiger micro spoon. I don't know whether that's going to be a good choice in such fast flowing water, but we'll find out soon enough. What about this hole? Good looking spot. No follows. Right, now I've fished some really nice water through there, some nice pools, and never even saw a fish. So I've changed to something that's been doing really well for me lately, and that's the Strike Tiger leech. I've gone the copper berry colour. I was going to go the black and gold colour, but for some reason I don't have any in my tackle bag. I must have taken it out to re-rig or something and left it out. But anyway, I'm starting with the copper berry. That's not to say the spoon's no good. There might not be any fish here. I haven't seen any follows. I haven't seen a single fish follow my lure. They might not be here, or they might just not like bright colours at the moment. So many variables. But like I always say, if what you're doing isn't working, change. Change to something else. Got him. Oh, hooked one and done him on the second cast with the leech. A beautiful little spot with no fish in it. There's a following. Oh, I saw him. I can still see him. I can still see him. Finally! Here comes, got him! Oh, that didn't take long at all. Come here, buddy, I don't want to lose you because I want to get a photo, because you're the only one I've seen. I was starting to become a little bit disheartened. A lovely rainbow trout from under this little bit of a waterfall. See you later, mate. I've got no idea whether I caught that release on camera or not. It's hard to know which way the camera's pointing underwater. I've been doing it tough. Beautiful water, beautiful place. I had one strike down there before, but I never saw the fish, and to be quite honest, it's been on my mind. Was it a strike or did it hit a rock? I think it was a strike, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, now I know for a fact that there are still fish in the creek. It's been tough going and I haven't got a lot more water left to fish. But finally, I'm on the board. Well folks, after releasing that beautiful rainbow trout, I started making my way upstream. I fished 2 or 3 nice pools and didn't see any fish. But there's a campsite up there and that's where I was planning to get out. It turns out there's quite a large camp in there. Most likely deer hunters, but possibly fishermen. And that could explain why the fishing's slow. There's a fair chance I might be fishing second-hand water. That's okay, you win some, you lose some. I caught one and I had a lot of fun anyway. How nice was that spot? How nice is that water? What a beautiful little creek. I first discovered that creek about 2 or 3 years ago while on a reconnaissance mission just like today, trying different spots, and I've been there a couple of times and I've always done well. This morning it was really quiet and I put that down to the fact that I think it might have been second-hand water. I can never fish for any more than an hour or so. I only get sort of 500 or 600 metres of that creek and then it just gets pure jungle and I can't get through. So I was always going to get out that campsite. But when I saw that there was people there, I promptly turned around and got out of their way. But anyway, I suspect I was fishing second-hand water. That might be why the fishing was a bit slow. Now, after there, I then went around and I tried a couple of the larger rivers in the area. I tried a few of the bigger waterways. There was a lot of water flowing through them and I had no luck at all. They looked very pretty, they looked great, but the fishing was really slow. So then I come back to this spot where I'm just finishing up now and had this session. G'day folks. This afternoon I'm doing some trout fishing in one of my favourite, but very overgrown little creeks. Now this stream is very overgrown. It's very, very thick with blackberries. It's not a typical stream in that I can just walk up and flick from pool to pool. It's all about hole hopping, just making my way along the bank and cutting my way in through the blackberries to get to the nice pools where I can. Anyway, the water's high and it's off colour and I'm going to be drifting worms into those pools. Let's get started. Now this first spot that I'm cutting my way into, you've seen me fish here before. I was here back in the autumn, but I was fishing for blackfish and I caught a couple of blackfish and a trout and I burnt a hole in my flannelette shirt with my O-light, if you remember. That was right here. There is so much water coming down at the moment, I couldn't wade in there even if I wanted to. Anyway, I've got a single split shot sinker with a small hook and a single Jan Juck worm. And it's going to be a combination of just drifting through the pools and angling. I'm going to, because there's so much water, when I find a nice hole, I'm likely to just sit my rod down and lean on a stick and wait for a bite. Now for the tech savvy, I am filming at 4K resolution, 30 frames per second. I'll just lower that in there. Water's very turbulent, there's like a washing machine. Just had a nibble, there we go, he's got that. Got him. Whoa, look at the size of him. Oh, what the hell happened there? I think he was a decent fish. I think he only had the tail. He only had the tail, he didn't have the rest of the worms. He wasn't actually hooked. Gee, once that breeze drops, the sun is so nice and warm on my back. Is that a nibble? Yep, got a bite. Here we go. Just pulling it. Got him. Yes. Took me a while. Right. Come on, mate. Make sure I'm filming before anything. Yep. Come on, buddy. Lovely brown. Not as big as the one I lost earlier, but he's a nice fish. There, folks, he's unhooked. Lovely little brown trout. See you later, mate. It's taken me a while. It's been really slow. I hooked one on probably the second hole. I fished 3 or 4 other holes before I've, probably more. I fished probably half a dozen more holes. I finally found a fish. Yo, beauty! Oh, black cockies. Hello, beautiful cockies. Yellow-faced black cockatoos. Look at them all. Wow. Right now, so far today I've managed to keep the water out of my gumboots. There's a ledge just there. It's been a ledge. I'm gonna fall off the ledge. How deep is it down there? No. It's not gonna happen. Now this pool here, I caught a trout in here this time last year in pretty similar conditions. So I've been hanging out to get to this hole because I know it can produce. Getting a nibble. Here we go. It's been a while since I caught that last fish. Dropped it. As soon as I picked the rod up, he dropped it. He's there. Oh, I missed him. Oh, I know there's a hungry fish there. I'm just going to sit here and cast that back out where it was. Usually with trout it doesn't take all that long for them to come back. Not with this sort of fishing anyway. I didn't feel any weight. If he doesn't come back, I'll just cast it back out there and lay my rod down where it was. Got him. He came back. He's a nice fish too. Lovely brownie. Beauty. Gee whiz, it's taken a while. Been very slow today. Mate, you're a bit tangled. No. Here we go, folks. Trout number 2 for the day. Look at those beautiful colours in that sun. Wow. See you later, mate. Just got a bite over here on my worms. There it goes. Something's still playing with it. Got him. Oh, this is the nicest one today. Lovely brown trout. I just stepped away from my fishing rod. I'd gone over there a little bit and I got a bite, so I raced over. Then I thought, slow down, Robbie, you'll scare it away. But he hung around. Right, he's a lovely brown trout. Come on, mate. Go the deadlift. Here we go. Beautiful brown trout. He's hooked. Let me get that out. He's hooked a bit deep. So now I'm going to do something on this show that I don't do very often. And I'm going to keep one for a feed. The other 2 I was able to unhook and put back. But this one's a bit deep. He's a nice size. I think I'm going to cook this one and I'm going to eat it and I'm going to enjoy it. Beauty! Well, there's lunch sorted for tomorrow. Lovely fresh brown trout. You can see I've gutted it without a knife. I forgot to bring a knife with me. I don't normally keep trout, but I just decided to keep this one, so I've ripped the guts out without a knife. I actually made a video a while back on how to gut fish without a knife. And that brings me back to where I filmed my introduction. A day in the life of Robbie Alexander. Trout fishing reconnaissance, a wonderful day in the hills. I've had an absolute blast. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, why not give it a big fat thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video.